Umaga, mayad nga agahon. Coming to you live from Numancia, Aklan, in Western Visayas in the Philippines. Let me just make sure I'm online here. All right, looks like I am. Looks like I am. Let me lower the volume here. All right. I'm having my morning cup of coffee, and I have a new cup today. I had this made, picked it up yesterday. I got my Boss Rooster cup right there. My good friend Alan from Texas, he designed the Boss Rooster right there, and he sent it to me. So I had it put on a cup. He also had it designed for me for the Dazzle TV, like a Dazzle TV logo right there. Flag of the Philippines, Dazzle TV. So I went ahead and put that on the cup. And I have another cup made. So when Alan comes here to the Philippines, I'm going to hand him his own Boss Rooster cup. So far, I've had two made, this one and the one for Alan. The weather, I always start with the weather. That's what I start my live streams. Right now, let me go to the Pag-asa website. As of 3 a.m. this morning, the typhoon, the tropical depression Wilma, it's no longer a tropical depression. It had made landfall in like the Samar region, went across central Visayas. Now it's here in western Visayas, but it's no longer a tropical depression, no longer a typhoon. Now it's just a low pressure area. LPA is what it's called here in the Philippines. And as of 3 a.m., about 3 hours ago, it was at the coastal waters of Colasi Antique. Colasi Antique, from my house right here, it only takes me about 2 hours to drive to Colasi Antique. Not very far from us. That's why yesterday, pretty much the whole day, it rained here. Last night, it was still raining. But right now, it's not raining. And then the sun is up. The sun is up. All right. Somebody is putting a lot of statements here. Let me just make sure. Kind of flooded. Hey, good morning, Martin. Good morning, Martin. Appreciate you being online. All right, I'm not gonna say that because I don't know what that means, but you can keep posting. All right, I'm gonna continue with the weather now. It says here, Western Visayas, here in Aklan, low pressure area, cloudy skies with scattered rains and thunderstorms. And then the Cagayan, northern Luzon, Quezon, Aurora, same thing, cloudy skies, rains. Metro Manila, Calabarzon, cloudy sky with rains. Bicol region, the same. Mindanao, it says here, partly cloudy to cloudy skies, rain showers and thunderstorms. So basically, again, the entire Philippines pretty much will have rain today. I'm looking at the Windy app. I can see the low pressure. Like I said, it's right outside of Antique province now, but rain from the north of the Luzon in the Philippines to the south, rain in the entire Philippines today. Grinder, hi Grinder. Hello, good morning. Hey JP, good morning, JP. You guys seem to catch a lot of weather than we do. We haven't had a typhoon for a few years. Chuck, all right, or what we do, I mean, here in the Philippines, we average about 18 to 20 typhoons a year. This one, tropical depression or typhoon Wilma, was the number 23 for the year, number 23. We're actually running out of the letters of the alphabet already, Martin. So, but it's typical. here in Western Visayas, we're kind of, in a way, we're shielded from a lot of the typhoons. It does make its way here to Western Visayas, but by the time it gets here, it's usually weaker. A lot of your typhoons, I would say more than half of your typhoons that hit the Philippines always hits like Luzon, like the northern part of Luzon, like in the Cagayan, Ilocos Norte, that area. A lot of the typhoons hit that area. But during like July, usually July to October, a lot of the typhoons head that way. But November, December, they tend to hit us here more because of the change of the weather here. There's called Habagat season and Amihan season. The winds change here in the Philippines annually. Let me read through the comments here. Zepepis, chocolate rings, all right? Maybe you meant Chocolate Hills, maybe. That's in Bohol, Chocolate Hills. Do you have a brother or sister? Of course, I have a brother, I have a sister, yes. All right. I don't know what the chocolate ring is. I don't know what that is. Rain, all right. Kevin, good morning. Hey, Kevin Shores. Hey, Kevin Shores. Good morning. Good morning. I started at a different time today, a little earlier than usual. Leanna doesn't have school today. It's a holiday. It's a national holiday here in the Philippines. Let me pull that up right there. Today, nationwide special non-working holiday nationwide. It is December 8th. It's called the Feast of the Immaculate Conception is what it's called today. And I researched it. I looked it up. I was like, I was curious. It says here, what is the meaning of the Feast of the Immaculate Conception? It says here, the Feast of the Immaculate Conception, December 8th, today here in the Philippines, celebrates the Catholic belief that the Virgin Mary was conceived without original sin, preserved by God's grace for her unique role as Mother of Jesus. So, if you don't know already, the Philippines, the number one religion here in the Philippines, the Catholic is the number one religion. So that's why they celebrate a lot of Catholic holidays. They have a lot of Catholic holidays here. Today being one of them, the Feast of the Immaculate Conception, a national holiday here in the Philippines today. All right, let me go through my notes, the comments here. I'm surprised more people don't have storm shutters, but you don't see many in the Philippines. Everyone has them here. Yes, I know. I've been to Guam. You know, I know maybe I haven't been to Florida to notice the shutters, but I've been to Guam and I've seen that they have a lot of hurricanes, typhoons hit Guam also, and they at Anderson Air Force Base, the base housing, they got those metal shutters to cover your windows. Here, yeah, I don't see it that much. I guess it's not a thing. You know, it's like even here at Camellia, none of the houses here, I don't see storm shutters. Pro tip for moving to the PI. Listen to that while you pack. I mean, it makes sorting through things so much easier. Nothing you have your hands on matter. All right. Thank you, JP. Appreciate that. Good morning, Charles Gardner. All right. Good. Hey, Edgar. Good morning, Edgar. Happy birthday, Edgar. Mom just says happy birthday. We will be at your party tonight, Edgar. Can't wait to attend your party. Should be a lot of fun. Edgar's birthday today. Greetings, Edgar. All right. Good morning, Gino and Dazzle. All right, Al. I think it says Alan. I think it's sometimes it's hard for me to read some of these YouTube handles. Some of these YouTube handles. What do you, with all right. Fortune, hey, good AM. Now Fortune, then the Panay Posse. Holiday today, Fortune, so you should not be at work, right? You should be a day off today too. Like Leanna, she's got a day off today. When it's Leanna's day off, I almost feel like it's my day off too because I don't have to take her to school and then pick it up. JP's second pro tip is everyone has fun picking on the new guy. The first month, having fun. Hello, Fortune, the Master Yoda. Good morning. MG, JP, and Edgar. Edgar, hello, Sir Fortune. Happy birthday, Edgar. The Feast of the Immaculate Conception. All right. Clam, Slam, hi. All right. Hey, Ray, my good friend from Sacramento, California. Good morning, my brother. Just checking in. I can't stay long due to what? Hey, watch the NFL, man. Enjoy your football, brother. Enjoy your football. Fortune. I'm actually taking 2 weeks off. All right, nice, Fortune. Have a great vacation. All right. I didn't. Maybe you didn't see this, Fortune. I made a Boss Rooster cup here. A new logo, Dazzle TV logo. My good friend Alan, he sent the Boss Rooster and the logo. So I made a cup. I'll have a cup for him once he comes here to the Philippines this year. All right. Leanna should be starting her Christmas vacation too. Probably, I'm thinking this would probably be her last week of school before her Christmas break. Leanna should have a Christmas.
December 19th, the Christmas party.
Oh, there we go. Mom just said December 19th is Leanna's Christmas party at school. Edgar, as long as she can handle the backlash. the balut, JP says, as long as you can have. Letron, UP, LaSalle. All right. Fortune is talking about Letron versus San Beda. Is the NCAA basketball championship here in the Philippines, and UP Diliman and LaSalle, they're gonna be UAAP, another collegiate basketball. Basketball is big here in the Philippines. That's the main sport that people watch here. There's a professional, a PBA, the Philippine Basketball Association. They pretty much play the whole year. They got like all these leagues, throughout the year. So you can watch basketball here, pro basketball throughout the year. And then the NBA, everybody watches the NBA here. I do. I have a subscription to NBA League Pass. That's one of I pay monthly to watch all the NBA games here. Costs me about $9 a month, about 499 pesos for all the NBA games. Do you know that Manny Pacquiao's son is going to be the rising star? I saw that he's boxing. I saw something on my Facebook that a lot of pressure on him though. I mean, to be the son of Manny Pacquiao, man, that's a lot of pressure. Fortune, nice art there. I know, man. I like the Boss Rooster right there. I mean, he's got the hat and everything. I'm digging it. My good friend Alan from Texas made that design. Which son? Manny Pacquiao has 2 sons in boxing. All right. For both of them, I can imagine the pressure on both of them. But, I guess there's pressure and not pressure because, they're all rich anyway. They're doing it for fun. It's not like they're boxing to make money like most boxers, on the coming up, they're trying to make money in boxing. Manny Pacquiao's sons don't need that. 19th is the last day of class. All right, so 19th. So Leanne, what's the 8th? The 8th. So she's got this week and then next week still. All right. Hello, Gino and everyone tuning in. Kim Mandal. All right, Kim. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in this morning. Good morning, Tim. Hey, I look like a spring. You're not the only guy that says that, man. I'm going to quote you a line from Better Call Saul. I decide what he deserves, no one else. That's Gus Ring, baby. That's Gus Ring. Main spot in the Philippines is main sport. All right. I mean, I'm not going to lie. You know, if you're like in Manila, if you're in the city, like Cebu City or Manila especially, you better protect your wallet. You know, better protect your money. Anything really. Don't wear necklaces. Don't wear expensive watches, jewelry. Pickpockets are everywhere in Metro Manila for sure. You're not lying about that. But here, not a problem here in the province where I live. We never hear about pickpockets here. Here in the province, the way, you know, in Calibo, that's our main town here. You don't really want to commit a crime here in the province because if you get caught committing a crime here in Calibo, they are gonna put your picture on Facebook. You're gonna go viral in the province here. It's not gonna be fun for you, you know, because like they post your picture on Facebook, your mugshot, and everybody in the comments, oh, I know that guy. I went to high school with that guy. I knew he wasn't gonna amount to anything. You would be like the shame of your family if you commit any crime here. Because in the province, it's a small community here in the province. It's not like in Manila where there's like 14, 15 million people. Here, this is a small town. In small towns, people are gonna recognize you. Oh, that is I know his dad. You just do not want to go viral here. And a lot of times, if you commit a crime here in Calibo, like let's say they catch you pickpocketing or shoplifting or anything like that, unfortunately, you're gonna get a whooping. You're gonna get beaten up by people. There's like the justice. Hopefully the cops get there to save you, but a lot of times you're gonna get a beat down if you try to commit a crime in the public market, anywhere you commit a crime here. You will wish the police gets there to save you. Maggie, final exams tomorrow, 11th, 13th, so we'll drive her back. All right. Good luck, Maggie. For the final exams. Where do you live? I live in Numancia, Aklan, in Western Visayas, here in the Philippines. Haley's comment. I can't say I'm excited about Haley's comment. I've heard of Haley's comment, but I would have to research why you think I should be excited about Haley's comment. Gino, I have watched your recent video in Calibo. They leave their helmets. Don't do that in Manila. Thank you. All right, Fortune. That is what I'm saying. It's about crime. People always say, like the guy was saying earlier, pickpockets, crime in the Philippines. Believe me, in Calibo, we hardly have any crime. Like I was showing on my recent video, people here leave their helmets on top of their motorbike. The motorcycle on the handlebar, they'll leave their expensive helmets here. The Evo helmets, those things can cost 4,000, 5,000 pesos for the helmet. But guess what? Nobody steals it. Because like I said, if they catch you here stealing somebody's helmet from a motorbike, somebody notices you, people will chase you down and beat you down right there in the street. Day, night, it doesn't matter. You will get a beat down if you try to steal anything here in Calibo. I have seen it personally. So you do not want to commit any crime here in Calibo. Actually, I'm sure the police, they'll try to save you if they're there. We just don't have a lot of police. A lot of the police are like in the police station. Once in a while, you'll see some police in Calibo. Mostly you see what's called a CAP, Calibo Auxiliary Police. What they are is like they work for the police, but they'll wear a T-shirt. They'll usually like a yellow T-shirt, and they'll have cap on the back. So those are kind of they control traffic. They tell people like not to park at certain area when there's no parking. But like I said, that's why I made that video. I wanted to show on the video. I can walk around Calibo by Pastrana Park and I can count 20, 30 helmets on motorbikes and nobody takes a single helmet. Because like I said, you do not want to be the guy that like steals somebody's helmet and get caught. Tim, hey Tim, yo, 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 Tim, my good friend in Las Vegas. Are you aware? Okay, there's a lot, I guess I started the live stream early, so I'm getting more people that are not usually on the live stream, but it's okay. I mean, you can make a comment. I just won't read it. I just won't read it. How is your English? I'm an American citizen. I spent about over 30 years in the United States. That's where I got more proficient at speaking English. But I've split my life. I've lived in the United States for a little over 30 years and now close to 30 years here in the Philippines. We need that picture on the cup for JP. And on the other side, say Chick Boy, say Chick Boy. That's funny, Chick Boy, that's Chick Boy. Boss Rooster, the Boss Rooster. Aloha, hey, aloha, brother. Aloha, Derek, my good friend there in Hawaii, I always get messages from Hawaii too because my best friend lives in Mililani, so we always text each other. When I wake up in the morning, usually I'm getting messages, I'm answering. Ray sends me messages. I mean, I'm busy like the minute, and I learned my lesson yesterday on my other phone. My good friend Leo from Boston, he called me and I picked it up and it messed up the live stream. So when somebody calls now, I won't pick up the call. I just get phone calls, messages. That's kind of like my routine in the morning. I stay busy in the morning doing the live stream and then answering people from all over the world, and I enjoy it. I enjoy doing it. Also, Land Bank, you mentioned in the video, that's a government-owned bank. Another one is DBP. Oh, okay. I did not know that land. Thank you, Fortune. I did not know that Land Bank was owned by the government. That's why the employees here, the government employees here in Aklan, they all get their salary through Land Bank, through their ATM. That's how they get their paychecks here. That's why a lot of times that's kind of like the lending scheme here in the Philippines. They call it 5-6. 5-6 is like kind of like loan sharking in the US. A lot of times, if you need to borrow money and you're a government worker, you hand your ATM to whoever you borrow the money, and then when you on the 15th or the 30th, when you get paid, they will get your money from your ATM if you want to borrow money. And they call it 5-6 because you buy for every 50 pesos that you that borrow, you pay 60. So kind of like high interest, right? 20% interest, and you can arrange, weekly, monthly. That's big here in the Philippines. One of the things here, there's a lot of borrowing of money happens here. People get in the bind. A lot of times, people don't have insurance here, health insurance. It's just common, borrowing, lending, and they have people that you can always borrow money, but with interest, high interest. It's called the 5-6 here. So Liana likes beef pares. I like that too. Beef stew with sinangag. Yeah. Liana likes the classic beef pares with the garlic fried rice. I like their goto. I've found the goto is kind of like a rice porridge, sometimes called kanji. And the rice porridge, the goto that they have at Pares, they use tripe as the main meat, eggs. They got eggs in there. Delicious. It's like the best goto that I've found in Calibo. I like their goto there. Good AM, Derek. All right. Like and sub. Thank you. Thank you, Fortune. Thank you. Ahmed. Wow, that's so cool. What made you move? For a lot of people living in the US, it's the dream, you know. If you don't mind me asking. All right, Ahmed. Me, I was born and raised in the Philippines. I left the Philippines when I was 12. When I lived in the United States, I joined the United States Air Force. I served 20 years active duty in the United States Air Force. After 20 years in the Air Force, you get a military pension. So I joined the military when I was 17, retired from the military, United States military at 37, and I'm 59 now. I've been collecting a pension from the U.S. Air Force for 22 years. Can't believe it, really. It's like every month I get a check from the United States government for my service in the military. So that allowed me to move back here 14 years ago. Come March, I'll be retired here now in the Philippines for 15 years and just enjoying my life here. And that was going to be my topic today. I usually try to do a topic. That way there's a topic, a discussion. And let me just... it made me think about retirement, about the topic, because a friend of mine posted this. Let me just go in here. He posted this on his Facebook, and it gave me an idea. That's how I get ideas usually on what the topic will be for the live stream. So topic today is retirement. And he posted, this is the post that I just saved it to my... there's nobody that usually a quotation, there's a person, but this one I just saw this, and that's what I'll base my topic this morning. It just says here, I've officially reached the stage where all I want for Christmas is to retire. To me, that's kind of like, it made sense. I mean, you get at a certain age, and my friend, I know he's Social Security age already in the United States. The early retirement in the United States, you can collect your Social Security at age 62. If you stay longer, the longer you don't collect Social Security in the United States, your monthly pension from Social Security gets bigger. So I think a lot of people are, because they don't think they can afford to retire at 62, so they keep working. And unfortunately, when you're working, when you're in your 60s already, man, that's gotta be tough. It's like, I feel them. I feel their pain. It's like, in the U.S. now, it's no longer guaranteed. Maybe back in the 60s, 70s, or even in the 80s, it was pretty much, you get Social Security, you retire, you no longer work. Unfortunately, what I'm seeing now in the U.S. is it's no longer given that once you collect Social Security, you can retire. More and more Americans now, what's happening is it's not enough. Their Social Security, sometimes their savings, their 401k, it's just not enough because it has gotten expensive. Your mortgage, if you still have a mortgage at retirement, property insurance is up, and property taxes are up, and a lot of people are feeling the bite. That's why a lot of people are, once they get to that retirement age, they look to move to other countries like the Philippines, Thailand, Mexico, Panama, Colombia. It just seems to me that seems to be becoming the norm now, where people make their money in the U.S., get their pension in the U.S., but their pension is not enough in the U.S., so they retire in another country. A lot of times a developing country, because your pension, your dollars, just work out better living in a developing country like the Philippines. The exchange rate right now is close to 59. Let me just check real quick. I haven't checked the exchange rate, but That's always a topic of interest, for people. Right there, 58.96, almost four more, 0.04 more, and that's at 59. That's very high. That's like 59. You're looking at the all-time exchange rate here in the Philippines. So it cannot get any better for people coming here from the United States with their dollar. This has been like this last couple of months has been the strongest the dollar's been here. Your money goes a long way. That's why a lot of people are interested in moving here to the Philippines. And for me, when I retired, going on 15 years now when I moved back here, the main thing for me when I retired was the freedom. The freedom that I felt, I no longer had to answer to no one. No longer had a supervisor, management, it got to the end of my working days in Tucson, Arizona. I worked at Carondelet Health Network. 2008 was like a tough year for many Americans. For me, I held on to my job. Thank goodness I didn't get fired from my job. But that was a hard year for 2008. They laid off like 25% of the people at Carondelet Health Network at that time. We had our employees, there were like 5,000, but they laid off like 25%. So it was, man, when I was working at my office, there's like people that I was working with lost their jobs. And that was hard. That was hard working in that kind of environment. And that's when I actually start looking at thinking about retiring in the Philippines, because I didn't like that feeling where, any day they can let you go. I had my military pension, so I knew, if I had gotten fired, I can still live in the United States. But that's really when I started thinking about moving to the Philippines and just retire for good. No longer be, bound by that, bound by work, responsibility, all right, he says there, JP Calibo, Edgar, I have not even chatted with a Filipina yet. Mr. Filipino Casanova? Filipino Casanova. And that's good, JP, that, you're focused on getting here, getting boots on the ground. And like I said to me, you've heard my advice to many people on the channel here. It's best to just come here, be boots on the ground, and get yourself settled first. Find the life that you like, your house, your apartment, your fishing, your motorbike. Get settled, because there's always going to be Filipinas here. That's not going to be an issue. You will meet Filipinas here. So what's the rush? I never recommend to people to meet, I know there's success stories of people meeting a Filipina online and all that, but you're opening it up yourself to more scams. You're opening, you don't know if that person online is the person you're communicating. You're opening yourself up to like a heartache and pain, and I've seen it. Unfortunately, I've had people that I know that happened to them, that because long distance relationships are hard anyway. It's like in any situation, if you're in the US still working, you're dating a Filipina here, you don't really know what that Filipina's up to here. Don't know her intention. So it's just best to come here. And then a lot of times, you're retiring, you want to get situated first. Enjoy your retirement. Like I said, Filipinas, there's a lot of Filipinas here. I have yet to meet an expat here that have not met a Filipina here. All my expat friends got a Filipina in their life. So it's not like, you gotta they're gonna run out. It's like, how am I gonna meet? You're gonna meet a Filipina here. It's not an issue. Mini Mouser said hi. All right. Fortune, they wanted to merge LBP and DBP with LBP as the surviving bank, but politics stops the progress. Oh, okay. Yeah, I know. Fortune here is our banker. He knows all about the banking here. But in banking, in joining companies, again, politics. I don't really know much about that, but I know that goes on. That goes on here in the Philippines. Everybody wants to be the boss. Everybody wants to be the boss. Edgar, JP, no worries. I have already warned all the ladies around La Casa to watch out for you. To watch out for JP. Edgar has warned them. That's funny. No audio again. Oh man, that's too bad. Let me know if there's no audio because I can just stop the live stream if I'm not getting any audio. I don't know what happened that I lost the audio again. Thank you. I am hurried to find Filipina. Good morning, sir. All right. Good morning. NFL, 3 a.m. Yeah, I'm not really big on the NFL games anymore. I don't really watch American football anymore just because of that, just because it comes on too early here. Loud and clear. All right, JP, thank you, JP. I'm sure somebody's just playing around, no audio. They always you always get that. That's why I wasn't gonna believe it. I trust the guys that are, JP, Fortune. I trust them more than. I know. I watched it, Fortune. He won by 2. He won by 2 points from Verstappen. I couldn't believe it. I was nervous, man. I was watching it. F1. I'm a big F1 fan, and I'm a Lando Norris fan. And he had pitted, right? He had made a pit stop, and when he came out of the pit stop, he was like number 8. So man, he had to get in the top 3 to win the championship. So from 8, he went to 3. Man, that's hard, especially anytime you got to pass in F1. It's always tricky. One bump and you could be out of the race. And I think the Japanese guy, the teammate of Verstappen, he kind of made a double move where he was trying to I think he was doing it on purpose, but I don't blame him. It's F1 is pretty cutthroat, but he made it. I was so happy. Lando finally got his F1 driver championship. That's so awesome. He won by 2 points from Verstappen, man. If there was another race, I think Verstappen would have taken. Verstappen basically just ran out of race. He ran out of race. If there was a race next week, Max would have been the champion again. Really, Lando just survived. He survived and won the championship. With that pit stop, he had fresher. Yes, he had fresher tires, Fortune, but you got fresher tires, but you still got to pass. Right? And every time you go past that, it made me nervous, man, because you know how a little bump on the tire when you're trying to pass, man, you can be knocked out of the race. All right, and then as far as the retirement here, the thing I've always tell people when they arrive here in the Philippines, it's an adjustment. Not only a lot of times when they come here to the Philippines, like JP is a great example. He's not only moving to the Philippines thousands of miles from home, from Washington State. This is also his retirement. He just recently retired from work. So that's a big transition in anybody's life. It was like that for me. When I moved here in 2011, I also quit my job. It's like, maybe, if things didn't work out, I would have gone back and could get another job. But for me, it was a one-way ticket. It's like my ticket was one way. I didn't buy a round-trip ticket today. I was going to make it work. When I got here. Because I was really, at that time, I've been working most of my life. I was like 15. I was working at Taco Bell, Wendy's, and then I joined the military at 17, retired from the military at 37, worked for Carondelet Health till I was like 45. So for me, it was just a choice of, man, am I going to work till I'm 62? So basically, if I had stayed in the United States and worked till I was 62, I would have worked 47 years of my life, when I turned 62, I would have worked 47. 15 years was the only time in my life where I didn't work. And I just didn't want that for myself. I had the opportunity, my military pension alone. I knew I can live here in the Philippines with my military pension alone. The Philippines is, you can budget here. You can live comfortable. Some people will tell you, you need $3,000, $4,000 a month to live in the Philippines. Each individual is different. But for me, I knew I could live frugal. I could live on $1,000 budget a month and save a big chunk of my military pension every month. I knew I could do that because, like, for me, I'm not, I don't need like the big house. I don't need nice cars. I don't need that. For me, what the overall thinking, at the time, I just didn't want to work anymore. I did not enjoy work. Maybe there's people on the live stream here or that are lucky enough to be doing work that they enjoy. For me, work was work. It's like basically I was working to pay bills. I was working that way. I can pay bills. I can eat, and then maybe save some money. Tsunoda should have missed a shift in front of Norris instead of side. I know, right, JP? I was like, Tsunoda, man, he made that double move. He's trying to like take, but I understand. He's the teammate of Max, so he probably doing his job. It's all good. Nobody got penalized. Tsunoda didn't get penalized. Norris didn't get penalized for going out of bounds. But I was like, man, that was close, man. I thought Tsunoda was gonna take out Norris, so that Max could win the championship. Norris ended 4 years of Verstappen and Red Bull titles. McLaren, I know, man. I know. I mean, Max will probably be back winning it again next year. I think they found, Tsunoda's not going to be the driver next year. They found another, their second driver. So, and Max is, to me, he still dominates. He just got too behind in the F1 scoreboard before he started. He ran out of races. If he had one more race, I bet you he would have taken the title from Lando. One-way ticket plus rented a ticket from Onward Ticket. Yes, that's good. That's just for safety, JP. People say they ask it, they don't ask it, but for $20, Onward Ticket. That way you don't run into any issues. Most of the time they won't even ask it. But what's $20? Just for peace of mind. Just for peace of mind. Ruben, all right, brother. Good morning, bro. Don't forget, Ruben, party at Edgar's tonight at La Casa Española. We gotta celebrate Edgar's birthday today. Hello, Ruben. Good AM, Ruben. Good morning, Gino and chat. J-Boy, hey, J-Boy, all right. Lando is the newest in the greatest line. I know my good friend Simon. I know Simon, CEO to farmer. He's excited. We're both Lando Norris fan. Dazzle actually likes Max. Dazzle's a Max fan, so I'm not gonna rub it in. I'm gonna celebrate right here, but I'll wait till Dazzle mentions it. I'm not gonna, I'm not that kind of guy. I'm not. When my sports teams win, I'm happy inside. I'm just happy they win. When my Dodgers win, I'm happy. But I don't rub it into people's, if they're a Toronto Blue Jays fan, Phillies fan, or whatever. I'm not like that. I'm just thankful that my team, the driver that I root for won. But I celebrate on my own, and that's not enough. I'm not one to like rub it in. Good morning, J-Boy. All right, good morning, J-Boy. All right, everybody's saying good morning, J-Boy. What else about retirement here? For me, what retirement, of course, retirement is like different for everyone. JP's retirement, Edgar's retirement here, Ruben's retirement is different from my retirement. We all look for different things, but one thing I know is like very rare do I run into like a retiree here in the Philippines that's sad. It's like I do not see that. Most of the time when we get together, you can tell they're excited to share their stories, their adventures here. When we get together, it's always fun, because like we're all retired. To me, the main, the fact that we're retired here in the Philippines, to me, we've all won. It's a win. It's like I said, not everybody gets to retire anymore. That's not a given anymore. Especially for people here in the Philippines. Fortune can tell you this. Man, here in the Philippines, their social security here is not that big. You're really, in order for you to retire, to be officially retired here in the Philippines and not work, man, you gotta work hard, save hard, build a business or something before you can even think of retiring here. A lot of times people here, the one thing that's a blessing to a lot of Filipinos when they get older and they can't work anymore, here 60 is considered a senior citizen here. Like this 2026, I turned 60, so I'll get my senior card here in the Philippines. The one blessing for elderly people here in the Philippines, because very small social security here, if any, if that they would get, is people here take care of the elderly. We don't have like, I'm sure maybe in the city, but not common here to have nursing homes, not common here to have assisted living. Maybe in the big cities, but here in the province, Aklan province, I've never heard of like a nursing home or assisted living. Grandma, grandpa, grandparents here, somebody in the family will take care of you. That's just a given. You're not gonna let somebody elderly here, part of your family, suffer, or nobody's gonna take care of them. Somebody in the family will take them in. It's almost like a disgrace. It's almost a disgrace to the family, because Filipinos, man, the family thing in the Filipino is tight. A lot of times here in the Philippines, Filipinos are very proud. Like, ooh, we have a doctor now in the family. We have an engineer in the family. We have a banker like Fortune in the family. They're proud of that. So that same pride in like we have now, Liana, when she graduates nursing, she will be the first in Dazzle's family to become a nurse. That's a big thing to Filipinos. And also, it's a big thing that when mom, when she gets older, somebody's going to take care of her. It's just the way it is here. I think that's a little bit of what's missing in America now. What I've seen in America. A lot of times the elderly people in America, they get put in nursing homes and assisted living. You hope you can get into one, right? You hope you have enough money that you can afford assisted living, because a lot of times the kids or the family, when they get older, unfortunately, they don't take care of them. They rather put you like in a nursing home or assisted living. And assisted living is not even cheap anymore in the US. That's not, Emilio, good morning, Aklan. Hey, Emilio, hey, good weather today, man. Emilio's in Boracay. I had hanged out with Emilio here in Calibo. Now he's been enjoying the last 2 days in Boracay. He said he'll be back here December 10th, because Emilio, I showed him here in Makato, I showed Emilio the kandingan. It's called kandingan. It's like a restaurant that serves goat. Not even here in the province, it's not common. A lot of the karinderia in Calibo, you're not gonna find goat meat in the menu. The one in Makato is the best one I've found, like a kandingan or the goat meat. They make kaldaretang goat or kaldaretang kanding. Kanding here in Aklan, in Manila, they call it kambing. Delicious. And Emilio, before he heads back to Manila, his flight out of Calibo is on December 10th. He want me to take him to the kandingan. And I told him, hey, no worries, man. We'll go get you some kanding. In the US, make bland. Good AM, Emilio. Hey, Pinay, heart at home. All right, Pinay, heart at home. I think you're from, I'm trying to think, you haven't been here in a while. Oceanside, California. Good morning, Gino. One of our best traits being a Filipino is we love our elders. Amen. Amen, sister. Amen. We do. It's like I said, to us Filipinos, to let nobody take care of our elders, that's a disgrace. That's a disgrace not for the whole family that you allow that to happen. I've not seen that happen. Somebody will take care of the elders here. Our parents supported us to finish college if they can. We were used to not getting help from the government. Yes, yes. And that's that's the thing. For Leanna, for example, for her to be able to finish college and graduate at a private school, nursing school, she can't do it by herself. There is no student loan here that I know of. Maybe Fortune, you can tell me, but I have not heard a bank here willing to give you money for you to go to college. That does not exist here. So you can't do it on your own. In order for you to become a nurse, for Leanna to become a nurse, she needs my help. So to her, I instill it in her that when it's her time, when she becomes a nurse and she's making money, she's got to help her relatives. She's got to help if her mom someday needs a care or make sure mom lives with her. It's kind of like, it's almost like, you pay back your parents. I know that is not happening as much. I mean, it still does in America, but I'm seeing more and more estrangement, the word estrangement happening. I even saw Oprah is even saying that estrangement with families is okay because if it's a toxic relationship. You just don't see that here. No matter the friction between family here, arguments or whatever, at the end of the day, we take care of our elders here in the Philippines. I just don't see it happening where an elderly person, nobody's taking care or homeless now, and if medical care is needed, family members chip in, to make sure grandma gets the care at the hospital. Because another thing here, a lot of times there is, the people here don't have medical insurance, but the government here, that's one thing in the Philippines. If you're a senior here in the Philippines, even the government hospitals, they're not the best hospitals here, but at least like PhilHealth is the Philippine government insurance here. You pay into PhilHealth to get a discount. If you're a senior here in the Philippines, if you're 60 and older, PhilHealth is free. You no longer have to chip in your money for PhilHealth. So there's a lot of, even the government here realizes that the senior card itself, you get 20% off on medication, on food, if you want to eat in a restaurant. There's benefits here being a senior citizen at 60. In the U.S. mainland, the kids put elderly in a home. Not all there. I know there's some that don't, but very common, right? Very common. That's why there's so many nursing homes. There's so many assisted living. I mean, some of those assisted living now, they're like plush accommodations, assisted living in the U.S., some of those places cost $4,000, $5,000 a month. They're not cheap. They're living a good life at the assisted living, but still, they don't have family members around them. To me, I think when you get older, I don't care how rich you are, if you're staying at those nice places, you're still by yourself. You still don't. Here, that's not a problem. It's like grandma, grandpa can age well here. They're surrounded by kids. They're surrounded by their relatives. They attend parties. They get taken to the mall. It's just like a good dynamic to see. You don't have to worry about growing old and alone, which is, I think that's a problem, in America. I've been watching too many videos of on YouTube, people growing old and alone. Their kids don't talk to them anymore. To me, that's horrible, man. Liam, Global. You go, all right. Beluz, hey, good morning, Beluz. I started earlier today, Beluz, because Liana doesn't have school. It's a holiday here in the Philippines. No work today for everyone. It's the, what, let me look at it again. I do not want to misspeak or misspoke. Today is the feast of the Immaculate Conception. So it's a Catholic event, but it's like a holiday here in the Philippines. And also, it's December 7th, right, in the United States. So today is Pearl Harbor Remembrance Day. It's like that's when Pearl Harbor got attacked by the Japanese. We always have, many people sacrifice during World War II to have our freedom today. It's like, let us not forget that. It's like we are free today because many fought the Japanese, fought the Germans during World War II. All right, see, I was right, Pinay Heart at Home. Sometimes, my memory's not the best, but I do remember you're from Oceanside, California. Edgar, without my onward ticket, United Airlines wouldn't have let me on the plane. All right, good. So that's a pro tip from Edgar. United Airlines wouldn't let Edgar on the plane without the onward ticket. And you can get you just lost sound a few minutes ago. Oh, all right, Edgar. Thank you, Edgar. I don't know what the thing is with the sound. Let me see. Maybe I'll put the volume on my phone. Maybe it's my internet. Could be the internet too. It's like, internet here in the Philippines. It's a hit or miss. But thank you for that, Edgar. Just lost your sound. All right, lost the sound. All right. I might have to cut the live stream here. If I don't have sound, doesn't make any sense for me to keep talking. Thanks, reminding me, print onward ticket. Have you heard about the bill regarding... You lost audio. All right, I lost audio. No sound. Lost loud and clear. Oh, loud and clear for it. It's weird how it says JP loud and clear and then some no audio. It's working now. Okay, it's working now. Let me go back here with that onward ticket. So to me, it makes sense to just go ahead and get, there's a www.onwardticket.com just to get it. It's like, less than $20. So just to be safe, Ruben, the birthday, I would probably say be there like at 6 p.m. maybe, the start of, or maybe 5 for Edgar. You know how it is, Filipino time, man. Just show up. Show up, Ruben. I got a message from Ruben asking what time it's the party. I mean, everybody just kind of rolls in here. There's really no start time to a party here. Everybody's late a lot of times anyway. Belus, agree. GOAT is amazing. USA is terrible. I mean, I would not call the USA terrible, Belus. I'm still grateful for America. It gave me the life that I have now. I'll always be grateful. I mean, there's stuff going on now in America, but, I haven't given up on America. Hopefully it can get turned around. Hopefully it can head in a good direction. Although neither of my parents went to an old folks home, not all do. Yes, right? And now I'm seeing, people are even getting kicked out of their apartments, seniors getting kicked out of their apartments because they're raising the rent and their Social Security. They're on a fixed income they can't afford, more and more becoming homeless. It's like, man, that's just horrible. I often think that, it's like, if you're getting Social Security in the US, if you're getting at least $1,000, it's like, if it makes you homeless in the US, man, Why not even just go to Mexico or something cheaper place? At least you got a better chance of making it than becoming out in the street, living on the street, or living in your car. I've seeing videos now. Many people are living inside their car just to live. There's to me, I think that opens the door for people coming to developing countries like Philippines, Thailand, Vietnam, Cambodia, because you can make it here on $1,000. You can make it here on 1,500. If you can't make it in the U.S. with that kind of money, you got to at least take a chance. Take a chance on another place. Have you heard about the bill regarding dual citizenship? It is just a bill, but some people are freaking out. Yeah, I think a lot of that, Pinay, heart at home, what I see with Americans, now, from watching the news, they just don't know how to chill. It's like Americans just freak out about the little things or any other. That's why when they come here to retire to the Philippines, I always tell them, when they land here in the Philippines, there's really you're carrying a lot of baggage from your life in America. Life in America is so stressful. You're so wound up. There's so many things in your head. You're worrying about so many things. I see that all the time with people moving here to the Philippines. They're it's good that they're researching. It's good that they're researching about retirement in the Philippines, watching videos, knowing about banking, housing, visa. That's good that they're doing that. But a lot of times what I see with Americans when they get here, they just got stress. They got stress, of course, I can say this because I've been here now going on 15 years retired, so I do not have that stress anymore. But to me, when you land here, just you got to start living like the island life, the mañana kind of island time. Everything moves slow here. I know it's tough when you get here, because the minute I see people move here, they're like, I want to get a motorbike, I want to do this, I want to get, they're like, you're now retired, you got the time, take your time. A lot of times, what is the word, decompress? You're carrying a lot of stress, a lot of baggage from your life in the U.S. It's just good to come here, just spend many days on the beach. Maybe your first week or two here, just go to the beach, just go fishing where you don't do much. Learn that lifestyle. You don't have to do so much in one day. You can't anyway here. I always tell people anyway, this is not the place to schedule many things that you'll accomplish in one day. To me, if you schedule one thing to do per day, that's good enough. You're retired, What's the rush? You got to start living the retired life. It's easier said than done. It's it's not, people think that when you're retired, everything slows down, everything stops. But think about it. If you're coming here, you're 62, early retirement age. Since you're probably 18, you've been working from 18 to 62. Your life has been go, do this, worry about this, stress over bills. Your life's been like that for so many years. So all of a sudden, don't have all that. It takes some time to get adjusted to, but it's a good adjustment to make. It's retirement, like I said, it's a blessing. It's a time for you to live out the fourth quarter of your life, the golden years. If you made it to retirement, if you can say, I no longer have to work today, I have money coming in, I can just live out my days, that is a blessing. It's not everybody can do that anymore. There's a lot of people that you got to be thankful that you're in that situation, because there's just so many people now that aren't in that situation. I saw this one video. It went viral, right? That one gentleman that's like 88 years old and he was working, but people donated. Now he's got like $1 million. You know, lucky guy, but he deserves it, man. He's 88 years old and he was still working. And I saw that video how these people were like in their 80s already and they're like Uber driving. I'm like, what the heck? What the heck happened? You know, it's like you know, that they have to work still in their 80s. You know, that's so horrible, man. And I know those people weren't working because they wanted to. I know that. You know, who wants to work when you're that, you know, people say, well, I want to keep my mind sharp. You know, it's like, I don't want to just sit on the couch and do nothing. But I'm sure you can find things to keep your mind sharp, right? Better than working. You know, it's like read a book. You know, it's like challenge yourself with like game boards or whatever. You can go play chess at the park. You know, there's people here up at Pastrana Park playing chess every day at sunset. You can find things to, you know, keep your mind sharp. You know, better than just working till you die. Yeah, but the dual citizenship, I mean, to me, I don't know what the big deal is, Pinay. Like me, I'm a dual citizen. I'm a citizen of the United States and a citizen of the Philippines. If that becomes a law where I have to choose, of course I'm going to choose American citizenship because I have my Social Security benefits with Social Security. I really don't have a lot of benefits with my Philippine citizenship. The only benefit I get because of Philippine citizenship is you know, like the visa, you know, like but I'm a balikbayan. I have a birth certificate, so I would just have to leave the country every year. That's really all the only benefit that I see. You know, already, you know, Dazzle's already got this house, our land on Dazzle's. It's not important to me to buy land at this time. I'm gonna be 60. Why would I be concerned about owning land at this point? I mean, I could die tomorrow. You know, it's like to me, it doesn't, you know, not a big deal. But I do understand, you know, people just freak out over like the simplest of things, and I think that's because of the stress that people. Just my opinion. I think that's just the. People are stressed. People are stressed in the U.S. That's why they worry. I get messages all the time from friends of mine, Philippine American friends of mine in the U.S. sending me messages all the time. You know, like political stuff about Trump this, Trump that, or all these politics in the U.S. I just kind of, okay, all right. I don't say nothing because, like, to me, it doesn't really affect me. You know, it's like, I think people just get too busy in the U.S. for stuff to me that don't really matter, you know, don't really affect, especially for people that are retired here in the Philippines. A lot of the stuff that happens in the U.S. doesn't really apply to any of us here. Or it's me, you lost audio, or it's me. No sound, Derek said. Loud and clear. Loud and clear. Good audio. All right, good. Sound is fine for me. All right. So maybe people are losing their audio, but if it loses audio, I'll end the live stream. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. That's one of the things that I learned. This is a pro tip. Pro tip here in the Philippines coming from Gino. Just go with the flow, man. Just go with the flow. Internet problems, sound problems, if we get disconnected, just go with the flow. Things like that happen here all the time. We do not have the best technology here. We do not have the best infrastructure here. So if my internet goes down, I'll lose you guys. Well, I'll see you tomorrow, right? You know, to me, it's not a big deal. You know, it's like I said, maybe because, you know, I'm going close to 15 years being retired now. I think I'm pretty good at this retirement thing. I think I got it down. I think I got this retirement thing down now. I think you're not gonna find a person that's like more adjusted to retirement that life that I am. You know, because like I just enjoy retirement. You know, it's like it's been a blast. It's been a blessing each day for me, man. I'm just like. It is for me. It's like living my dream. You know, I got to live out my dream. If my life ended tomorrow, I'm complete. You know, I'm fully satisfied. I've accomplished what I did. I'm blessed to have a family. Every time I wake up in the morning, just so much to be grateful for. Let me show you outside because like looks like we're gonna have sunshine today, man. Finally, after like 2-3 days of constant steady rain here, now it's like sunshiny day here in Aklan province. Bright, man, look at that sun. Just a bright and sunny morning. Look at that, look at that. Just a bright and sunny morning today. Look at my neighborhood here. I'm gonna stop speaking and just all I can hear here is birds. Oh, there's my Kuya Rex. Hey, Kuya Rex. He's polishing his motorbike. Hey, Kuya Rex. This is what retired life in the Philippines could be. This is the retirement life. Just peaceful mornings. I do not hear roosters. We do not have stray dogs here. Don't believe people when they tell you you can't get away from roosters, you can't get away from stray dogs, because not a single stray dog here, not a single rooster here, no noise. People just minding their business. My Kuya Rex there cleaning his motorbike. My neighbor here, I like the new SUV that my neighbor got there, Toyota. Right, let me go back inside. Flip this around. Just another beautiful day in Aklan province. It's working now. All right, Edgar, it's working now. All right. It must be just your end, man. You know, people are I did lose sound yesterday. But that was my fault. My friend Leo from Boston, you know, he called me on this line, and I guess my phone and that phone is like connected because of the cloud, you know, because of the cloud. I don't know really all that technical stuff, but now I know if my phone rings, I'm not picking up. I'm not picking up during the live stream. I'm never gonna do that again. Lesson learned. Again, go with the flow. You know, it's like maybe their internet. You're all good, Gene. Thank you, Fortune. Thank you, appreciate that. I haven't had any problems with sound. David Boyd, all right, you're clear here, Beluce. All right, let's greet Edgar. Happy birthday. All right, we're gonna sing happy birthday for sure for Edgar tonight. It's gonna be a fun night. This Edgar, he's been here 2.5 months. On the 18th will be his third month in the Philippines, and I'll tell you this, Edgar is having a blast. And I'm so happy for him. I'm glad that he had the soft landing here in the Philippines. You know, it's like I assisted with that, at least getting him settled. Now he's got a great life ahead of him here in Calibo, Aklan, or wherever he ends up. At least I know Edgar's gonna have a good life here in the Philippines. So happy for him because he has friends now. He's got a nice setup now. You know, and that's all I really want. You know, when people get here to the Philippines, I want them to start a good life here. And I know Edgar's got a good life. He's all set, man. Derek, you're good now. Fortune, late start to parties, but also late end to party. Yeah, you know, there's really no start time, right, Edgar? Right, Fortune? When there's a party here, if they say 5-ish, 6-ish, you know, people show up at 7. People show up at 8. You know, it's like people. You know, it's. And then what the thing here in the Philippines, maybe people don't know this. For Filipinos, when you invite a Filipino to a party, don't be surprised if they bring more people. That's allowed here. It's not like in the U.S. If you know, if you're invited, usually they'll say you're invited to the party, maybe a +1, right? Or maybe a +1. That's accepted. You know, here in the Philippines, if I get invited, if I all of a sudden bring 5, 6 people with me, it's all good. It's all good. It's like the more the merrier. The bigger the party is, you know, we'll make room, right? Like Fortune, we'll find plastic seats or whatever. We'll make room. We'll get more food. Nobody gets turned away here at parties. When people celebrate parties here in the neighborhood, you know, people like bring food to the neighbors. You know, it's like they'll make a plate for Dazzle and they're like, oh, Gino, we're having a party on our block, you know, 2 blocks away. Here's a plate for you guys. People do, people are just friendly here. People do that kind of stuff here. Filipino time, whatever works for you. You get there, right? There you go. See, Edgar's my brother, man. Edgar's already adapted to the Filipino way of thinking. When you get invited to a party, you show up whenever you show up. There's no like be there at 7. Everybody shows us at 7. If you say everybody shows up at 7, people start showing up at 8, 8:30. It's like Filipino time is always late, always late. Castaway Drift. All right. Good morning. Oh, that's a new name. That's a new name. Good morning, Gino and everyone. All right. I think that's Michael's picture there. I think. Let me see. Yeah, I can't tell. I can't, but that's a new name. Castaway Drift. All right. So much greed in the USA. I don't see, I know there's a lot of stuff going on in the U.S., but I can't speak. I haven't been in the, over 14 years now, going to 15 years. I haven't been back in the U.S., so I can't speak anymore about, you guys know more about America. I learn from you guys when you tell me how life it is in the U.S. When I left the United States, I retired from the United States Air Force in 2004. I worked another 7 years at Carondelet Health in Tucson, Arizona. But when I left the United States, I did not even hear of terms like woke or DEI or that gender something, binary. I never heard of those terms. I had to like Google it. I had to like research all those terms. All those terms are like new to me. But, even after I research it, I can't really relate because I don't know what's going on in the U.S. with that anymore. Good AM, Michael S. That's what I thought. I thought that was Michael S. I just didn't want to say the Castaway Drift. Castaway Drift. Derek, USA went wrong when they took prayer out of the school. Good morning, Fortune. Good morning, Fortune. I can't help, right? For me, prayer, I mean, to me, I pray, it's like Dazzle prays, so to me, prayer, if you remove that, why would you remove it? To me, prayer, can't, not doing any harm to be praying to God or praying to whatever religion you believe in. Most of the time, people that pray, I find them to be more good people, people that want to abide by a rule, it's like, but that's my 2 cents. Good morning, Fortune. Chester Blaster, I need help. Something I've been, that's funny. That's funny. Castaway, Derek, all right. Coming to the Philippines was like being reborn. Life is fun. Everything is exciting to see and explore. And I'm happy to hear that, Edgar. And I know I can vouch for Edgar. Every time I see Edgar, he just has a smile. He's got a little pep in his step. It's like when I picked up Edgar, I remember from the airport. I mean, it's a long flight. I'm sure Edgar was kind of tired for the flight. But just from that time, I remember picking up Edgar in September to now. I've seen like a transformation. I've seen a transformation, Edgar. I've seen like you're just a lot happier now. It's like it's almost kind of like that when you say you're living the dream. You hear that from people. I see that in you, brother. It's like I'm so happy. I'm so happy that you found a life here in the Philippines. You're a success story. You're a success story. Yes, exactly, Edgar Dean. I feel as I finally found myself since come. Yeah, and Michael S. He's the same. Yeah, he's in Dumaguete City with his girlfriend Che. You can just tell. I can tell people that come here that find a good life here. More than they probably expected that they would find here, and always like happy for them. I just want my fellow man, my fellow brother. I just want my fellow man to like succeed. It's like. It's not a competition. That's why sometimes I don't understand some of the comments that people say, hateful comments, trolling and all that. For me, it's like I just want my fellow man, my fellow brother, my sisters out there. I want everybody to succeed. It's like life is hard enough. For people to be negative, try to put you down. Life is like a challenge already to like get through life. So to me, why not just help each other out, help our brother out? It's like to me, just like seeing happy people makes me happy. Emilio, today's the best time to come here to perfect. I know, Emilio. I'm sure you got an awesome sunrise. Go to that beach. Hopefully, you've been to that beach, that private beach by your hotel, by the Savoy Hotel, man. My brother, Scuba Steve. Scuba Steve, good morning, my brother. Good morning, my brother. We have drizzling rain now. I'm sure we'll probably get rain here too, even with all this sunshine. Maybe light rain, but looks like it's gonna be warm. It looks like it's gonna be warm today. Good AM, Steve. Good morning, Gino and all. Had an awesome full moon last night too. All right, all right. I slept early, man. I was in bed by like 7:30. I think I fell asleep. I was watching I'm on the final season of Better Call Saul. I'm watching it again, and while I was watching it, I fell asleep. And that's when that happens, she'll fold my laptop and put it away. I fell asleep watching. Good AM, Ted. All right, morning fortune, Edgar. Castaway. It's not perfect here, but so much more to do than back home. And as bad as it sounds, you feel younger. Oh, good. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that, Edgar. You're surrounded by, like younger people, younger vibe, people that want to do things, And I think, it comes down again to the stress level. It's like, I think Filipinos, even here in the Philippines, they have, they don't have a lot of the same amount of money like people in the U.S., but it seemed like they just handle life better. It's like Filipinos just know how to have fun. The locals here, they don't need a lot of money, to like be happy. Give them a red horse, they're good to go. They're good to go. It's like everything is like fiesta time, hanging out with buddies. It's fun seeing people, talking to people. You just don't get that vibe. It's like when the people that I talk to, my good friend Robbie, he lives here now. The people that, even Ruben had mentioned this to me, people that, Mel, when they come here, the vibe in the US, people are just so, they're not as friendly. They don't smile. People kind of like, and I can see that. I can see why, because, I lived in the US. I know how it is. It's like, if somebody smiles at you or somebody starts talking to you, you're like kind of, what's up here? It's like, what's up here? Is this person like after something from me? You just don't get that vibe here. Here, it's like people talk to, I talk to my neighbors. I know Kuya Rex. I know Ate V here. We talk. We engage in conversation, not just hi, hello. With, hey, how's your new motorbike? How's your new car? How's your, what's going on with your family? It's just more, you see more of that dynamic. Fortune, Precious. All right, Precious Joe. All right, I see you at the other channels. Thank you, Precious Joe. I normally see you at James and Karen's Adventures. I know they're having adventures right now at La Castellana in Bacolod with Rhea and Roy. I've seen some of their videos, but I have to catch up today. I'm kind of behind on watching videos today. That ability to find humor and maintain resilience in difficult situation is often attributed to the Filipino concept of bahala na. Yeah, bahala na, right? I've heard that. Trust, surrender to the divine providence. By the way, good morning, Paul. Good morning, Precious. Thank you for joining the live stream this morning. What I just noticed, I've spent half my life in the U.S., half my life here. What I can compare, in America, people have more. People have more money, more cars, better homes, they have more. But it seemed like with the more they have, the more stress they have too. In order for you to maintain a lifestyle now in the U.S., that you have to work, and a lot of times, people are finding out it's not even enough. You're going like paycheck to paycheck. So many Americans I know are getting into debt. Debt, vehicle debt, house debt. They go under on their house. They buy a house that they can afford. All of a sudden the price of the house drops, so it gets worse. It gets worse for them. So I was watching a video. There's like they're interviewing this kids that just graduated college. There's one girl there. She's like they were interviewing him at Disney World. They're in Disney World of all places, and I'm thinking, what is this girl doing at Disney World? And when she's talking, 22, 23-year-old, oh yeah, I have a $100,000 debt in my student loans, but I don't have to pay it yet because, I guess she hasn't graduated yet or something. And then I also have like an additional $60,000. And you're like 22, 23, you're already like $160,000 in debt. It's like something's wrong with that picture. And that girl's like headed for disaster, man. LV, FYI, all you can hear or understand, no worries. We are talking about you. You were talking. FYI, all if you can hear or understand, no worries. We are talking about you. All right, LV. I wake up every morning happy and blessed. And that's a good feeling, right, Michael S? Just to have that feeling of gratefulness in your heart, man, that's just a blessing every time you could do that. I'm humbled daily. I've embraced the Philippines, the people, they embrace me. Blessings. Yep, I saw you attended that Christmas party at that your favorite cafe, man. It's like, things like that happen, right? You got invited to a Christmas party because you frequent their cafe. They feel like you're part of them. Things like that happen here all the time. All right. I'm going to try to start doing my live stream. Try to limit it now to like an hour and a half because I've been trying to keep it below 2 hours, but now I'm going to try to keep it an hour and a half. That way it's not too time consuming for you guys watching also. And for me too, for me too. Make it easier on me too. Partly cloudy here. Expect normal afternoon showers. Beautiful morning. Yep, a beautiful morning. This is nicer. It's like I'm listening to a podcast. All right. I'm glad you enjoyed it, Precious Joe. Thank you so much for joining. There are one Philippines YouTuber visiting Guam. Wilma is no longer. Yep, no longer. It's now a low pressure. Actually, I read earlier. Fortune, it's now in Colasi, Antique. So about 2 hours away from my house here is where the low pressure area is. Yep, Derek, Mike, Philippine retirement. Oh, okay. I followed him. I've seen Mike and Janet, right? Mike and Janet in Dumaguete. I've seen their videos before. When I got married, we put on times when the ceremony really 7. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a good idea. Yes, that's me, Gino. Sorry to confuse you. No worries, man. Now I know your new name, Castaway Drip. I like it, man. Michael S. All right. Almost missed the party. All right, Daniel. Happy to, Edgar's birthday is today. So we're having a party at Edgar's tonight. Tonight is former 35th Fighter Wing Misawa. All right. Italian Pinoy. All right. I was stationed at Misawa. I worked at the hospital. 35th medical group. 35th medical group at Misawa. Yep. Fortune. Posse. All right. Speaking of this gender thing, when she was looking at a young patient from the US, when it was time to ask for gender, the reply, no gender. She was shocked. No gender? There's such a thing now? No gender? That's how it is in California? No gender. All right. That's a new thing for me too. I've never heard of no gender. Michael Manolstas, my brother in Northern California. Good AM, Daniel. Good morning. Bill Meyer, good morning. Been busy. Looking for a new place to stay in Cebu for 90 days plus. All right. I have to correct. My onward ticket was only 16. All right, that's about right. That's what I've heard about $16 for onward ticket. By the way, my cousin just declared this morning he is now coming home too. He is nearing 60, all right? He has land in Tagaytay and will be, oh, very nice, very nice. Hey, that's usually the age, right? 60 is like senior citizen age here in the Philippines. And I always tell people, man, as soon as you can retire financially, if you can afford retirement, there's no reason to keep working just to earn more money. It's like if you can afford, if you got a pension, if you can afford to retire at early retirement, and there shouldn't be anything stopping you from retiring early. You can't get that time back. You can't get that time back. It's like many people that I talk to here, the one regret they have is like when they're close to 70 years old, the one regret they have, they should have retired sooner. I hear that from many people here that, man, I could have done this 10 years ago. I could have done this. I should have done this. I should have not have waited this long. A 90-day fiancé in Cebu. That's funny. That's funny. That's funny, JB from LA. All right, so refreshing and relaxing to listen to you. Oh, thank you, Michael. Appreciate that. Morning sunshine, coffee, go hand in hand. Thank you always, brother, from another. All right. Thank you also, man. You're so kind. You're so kind, my brother. Fortune, Edgar, JP, hi friend, Lenora. All right, Lenora. Where you get your onward ticket? Onward ticket, Daniel, you just go www.onwardticket.com. You can get that onward ticket. Michael S. in Duma, by the boulevard, hearing the waves, feel the wind. That's a nice way to live. I know, right? It's like, imagine, Michael's always walking at that boulevard, sitting down underneath a coconut tree, just watching the ocean. I mean, you can't ask for a better spot there. You all be safe. Headed to farm today. All right, take care, Balloos. Take care, Balloos. Good AM. Hey, Charlie Les, my good friend in Boston. Hey, my friend in Boston messed up my live stream yesterday. He called me and I'm not going to pick up any calls anymore. I got my phones on vibrate. So that was my mistake. I picked up the phone and it messed up the sound yesterday. God bless. All right, God bless. God bless, Balloos. God bless. Good AM, Charlie. La Castañela, Negros. That's the town. At the foot of Canlaon. And I'm sure I've been through it because Dazzle and I, we took our little Wigo all the way to the top of Mount Canlaon. We've been there and then down a beautiful drive, even coming down the Mount Canlaon. We came from like the San Carlos city side on one side and came down the other side. So I'm pretty sure I passed through that town of La Castañela. More bills, more taxes, more debt. I know, right? It's like, man, I was, some of the videos really like when I watched, that was that guy was interviewing at Disney World. These were people vacationing at Disney World, right? And this one couple, one guy had a $1,200 car payment on a truck. Because I guess it's a thing, I don't remember it happening before. I guess when you're in a car and you get under, like you owe more money in the car, you just switch it to another car. So they put you in another car, so your payment just balloons more and you just incur more debt, and people are doing that. It's like, man, I'll be like, wow, it's like, I could not imagine $1,200 car payment. That is insane. But people are willing to pay that. Man, that is just crazy to me. Yes, Fortune. Being near an ocean, hearing and feeling the waves, the smell of the perfect for me. Yeah, we're both, Michael and I, we're both beach person. We're both like the ocean people, man. We like the ocean. Nothing gives me more positive energy than walking the beach in Boracay. White beach in Boracay, early in the morning. That is my favorite activity out of anything I do here in the Philippines. That's when I get to walk on White Beach. Boracay Island like at 5:30 in the morning. I just start feeling grateful, feeling blessed. It's just a good feeling to have. I feel from nature's beauty is amazing. Duma is just right for you. University city, but not a big city. Yeah, I enjoyed Dumaguete when we visited Duma. I can see the allure of Dumaguete city. Very convenient to go to like Siquijor, to Bohol, to Cebu, Negros in itself. So many places to see Negros. Just a good place, a good place. That's why, you know, at one time I know it was in the list, top 10 list in the world of places to retire. That's why so many people are in Dumaguete that ended up in Dumaguete because I guess that one retirement article or something. And I can see that when I was there. They cater to Americans or foreigners in Dumaguete city. That's why there's a lot of things there that's available in the Western world, in the developing country here. If you want R&R, rest and relaxation, said hi, Minnie Mouser. 35th, oh, you're security forces. All right, SFS, security forces at Misawa. All right, I've worked with a lot, during my time there, I worked in medical readiness. I did a lot of exercises with military exercises with the police, with the cops, because medical group cops, we always respond, right? We always respond to like disasters, exercises. At one time, they had that whole thing about, what was that? You know, they were finding powder stuff in the mail. You know, it's like, I forgot that, you know, but you had to cordon the post office, perimeter, SP, security forces, medical were always like with our ambulances. So I participated with many exercises and real world events, bomb threats, right? Bomb threats with security forces before. You are so right and spot on, Fortune. Also fast boat to Bohol as well. I think 2 hours, very convenient, kind of best of both. Yeah, I mean, you're in a good spot, man. That area, I compare it like to Panay Island. Panay Island and Negros Island, you know, we're right. You know, Panay's here, Negros is the next island. It's a good jumping point to go in the Visayas region. And I always tell people, I prefer Visayas to Luzon. I just think Visayas is perfect. Like, if you like motorbikes, if you like traveling in a motorbike, it's a lot easier to do it here in Visayas region than it is in Luzon. I know in Luzon, you got to have a big bike. You have to have a big bike to travel South Luzon Expressway and North Luzon Expressway. And there's just more people, it seems like. Every time I travel to like Angeles City, Tarlac, Pangasinan, there's just more people there. It's more crowded in Luzon. Here in Panay Island, I've driven here. Negros Island, Dumaguete, I've driven there. Just a lot more wide open spaces, less people. The only time I really see a heavy population is Cebu City. Now that's traffic. That's traffic there. But once you're outside Cebu City, like even Cebu Province, man, you know you can ride your motorbike. You don't need a big bike. You can a 125. You can travel all over here in Visayas. In Luzon, if you have to go on the expressway, North Luzon Expressway, you need a big bike. You need like I think 300 or plus cc motorbike. They don't allow like little tiny 125 cc motorbikes on the highway there. Happy birthday, Edgar, from Daniel. He is divorced to a Pinay. Eldest son is married. Second daughter already independent. Okay, I didn't catch that. Who that is? I didn't catch that. Who that is? Who is divorced to a Pinay? I didn't catch that. Who it is? Fortune. Sergeant, hello. You can fly back and forth between Cebu and Boracay Airport. Cebu is like a concrete jungle. Yes, easily. Daily flights from Cebu to Boracay Airport. At least half a dozen flights daily. So many people from Cebu go to Boracay. You'll never afford to retire if you stay in the USA. And I'm hearing more and more of that, Daniel, that a lot, it's not becoming affordable. I mean, you got to be really have a lot of income or a lot of big pensions. Even one pension, two pensions sometimes is not enough in the U.S. Edgar, only stay in Cebu till I get my SRRB visa. Then on to Panay. All right, Daniel. One car payment. Here, that's already a monthly living budget. I know, right? That's why I'm saying, Fortune, that's insane to me. That like to have a car payment that's just car payment. That's not even counting insurance. Fortune, that's just a monthly car payment. A lot of times for like 6 years, car payment of $1,200 just so you can drive a truck. And that, to me, that was just insane. But people do that. People do that in the U.S., man. Yes, you are so right. That's a monthly living budget here in the Philippines. I will travel to Panay, Boracay often while I'm working on my visa. All right, Daniel. Southern Cal Benny. Hi, Gino. I used to work as a seasonal data entry clerk for the IRS. You'll be surprised how many people are rich in the U.S. I used to receive a lot of checks from people that owe. Oh, I know that. It's like there's so many. What I don't get though is like when I was watching some of that video about the elderly people still working in their 80s. That one gentleman on the video, he's like 85 already, and the reason he's still working is to keep his house. And his house is amazing. It's like a big house, a nice house. I'm sure the house is probably worth $600,000, $700,000. But to be working still in your 80s just to maintain a house, I would have sold that house and moved into an apartment. It's funny how people value different things. But to me, man, that was not, I would not put myself in that situation. We're all different, I understand. Maybe the house has sentimental value to him, but he was basically at 85 still working just so he can keep his house, because he said if he stopped working he will lose the house. I would have lost the house, man. I would have lost the house if I was him, man. Almost all the places in the Philippines I want to visit are in Visayas. You won't regret that. I think JP hit Visayas first. To me, Visayas is just better than Luzon and Mindanao. I've lived here now. I was born and raised in Luzon. I was born and raised in Manila, but Visayas is just the place to be, man. It's just a wide open spaces, the wild west still. In Luzon, my experience every time I go to Luzon, even outside Manila, even Angeles City, Tarlac, Pangasinan, there's just that certain, traffic, too many police, too many, I just don't, I feel the vibe better here in Visayas region. I was shocked when Kuya Kurt, yeah, American vlogger. I watched him. I saw him in Boracay. Did videos. He likes to eat. And speaks Tagalog. He speaks Tagalog. Got into a bike accident. Oh, I didn't know he got in a bike accident. Wow. Because the road in Manila wasn't cleared of debris. Even now, they still haven't fixed it. They just put it. Oh yeah. I mean, even here in the province, you got to be careful. When they do construction here, like on the national highway, there's no like signage. A lot of times there's no like a person or cones, or especially at night, there's no lights or reflective, none of that. So I don't drive at night here in Aklan province or in Panay. I try to limit the driving I do here. Very dangerous here to ride your motorbike or drive at night. Many vehicles here, many motorcycles here do not have lights at night. It's like amazing. You're driving and go, whoa, where did that guy come from? It's like I avoid drive. Anytime they have construction, I really slow down everything. If I notice there's a construction site on a highway here, I slow down because especially at night, because no warning, all of a sudden the road can end. There's no warning. I mean, that stuff happens here, unfortunately. Safety is not a priority a lot of times here. Also easy to get Visayas ferry on a motorbike, unlike Luzon. All right, Fortune. I think so. I think so. I think so. Kurt, the vlogger from Utah who speaks Tagalog. Yeah, I've seen. He's a good guy. I like his videos. After university, he was a Peace Corps volunteer in Ilocos. Yes, joined the Marines, retired, and recent years went back. Oh, nice. Good story. Good story. Kuya Kurt is a Marine vet. I'm not sure if it's from Utah, but he was a missionary, then joined the military to the Philippines because he likes the culture. Yeah, yeah. You can tell he's having fun here. He learned the language. That's awesome of him. All right, I'm gonna end the live stream here. Like I said, I'm gonna try to keep the live streams now below 2 hours. Hopefully, I can get it down to like an hour and a half. I went a little over here. But thank you everyone. Thank you everyone for joining the live stream. I hope you enjoyed the live stream this morning. Edgar, I'll see you at your birthday party. We'll be there at your birthday party. Hit the like. All right, before you forget. All right, thank you, JP. Thank you so much. Thank you all. God bless. God bless. God bless. Michael S. Thank you, Pinay Heart at Home. Appreciate everyone. Appreciate everybody's time. Happy birthday, Edgar. Happy birthday, Edgar. Okay, take care, everyone. Have a great day. Have a great day, everyone.